Hi, welcome to another exciting video. How to structure leadership management in your business. In this video, we'll talk about the leadership thinking process, how leaders think differently. Stay tuned. Years ago, I was shadowing a CEO of a large company. For a full day, we would walk down the hallway and we would go into one office, we would go into another office. There were a lot of employees, there was a lot of staff, very dedicated staff. They loved their leadership. He was a leader, he had a good personality, always very happy. I was amazed how he walked down the hallway speaking to his team, and everyone was listening. They respect him, and they know that every time that about the same time the CEO would pass by and say hello or say a good word. I was watching him for a full day, how he was taking his phone calls, how he dealt with the challenges. There were some big challenges, there were some small challenges. Every hour he would take me to the side and explain me what's the reason of his actions. We tried discussing the personality, the way people think and the way people make decisions in their mind. He would pass by, he would stop in one office and give out one task, he would stop in another office and give out a task. Mainly we focus on small tasks. Small things, well, because small tasks are usually working better. I will try to illustrate this in a story. Years ago, a few researchers have done a study for they chose a community and they passed by house by house by house. They stopped in each house and they asked them, would you put out a sign on your property, a big sign, drive carefully? The answer was no. There were only 25% who accepted. They said yes, why not? They were providing the sign, they give them the sign, and they put it out on the property. The other 75%, he came back a week later, gave them a small sign, the same sign but a small sign. It says the same words, drive carefully. And they will ask them, would you put it on your window showing the street? They said yes. Then the percentage went up. There was like 50% out of the 75% who would agree to put out a small sign, drive carefully, just on the window of their house. 3 weeks later, they came back to the same community. They went to all of the 50% of the houses who just put out the sign on the window, drive carefully, and they would ask them, very nice of you, I see the cars are slowing down and people are really driving carefully. Would you put out a big sign on your property? What do you think was the answer? The answer was yes, of course. 90% out of those homeowners who put a small sign on the window was accepting to put out a nice big sign on the property. Why is that? The reason is, this is how people think. People think this way. People are afraid to take big challenges, doing big changes, putting out the sign. What would people think? What would people say about that? Now they break it through. They ask just for a small sign on the window like this. Small sign. Then 3 weeks later, the challenge is already much more easier, and they were accepting to put a big sign on their property, drive carefully, because they feel more comfortable accepting this challenge. Whoever once will say something, whoever will think about the sign it's only a small sign, now it's already a big sign, so there is no big deal. The same thing goes on in business. You have to understand your team, the way they think, the way they want to take things, and the way they want to do things. Before you ask one of your team to do a task, know what it is involved. What's the process? I know usually CEO are focusing on the end results now, but every CEO have to know the step process, what is involved. Before you ask your team to take over a task, know the process, know what steps is involved. And of course, make sure that the one you want to give this task are capable to do it, not just giving the task and just walk away, because there might be sometimes bigger tasks that you're gonna have to divide between a few people. Just you have to know that part ABC of the task should be giving to one person, and the part 4, 5, 6 should be giving to another person. Like this, you break it up, you take a big project, you make a big task, you know the process, know the steps, so you will be able to execute big challenges, big tasks. If you know what's involved, you break it up to small pieces, and you're giving every piece for the right person who is specialized in that task. In SLM course, and how to structure leadership and management, we talk a lot how to interact with people, how to interact with the team. It should be more productive and reach bigger goals. We talk more about it in very detail in the course on how to understand people, how to speak to. For some people you have to speak one way, they should be able to accept the task, and different people you have to speak to a different type of way. In order to get big challenges and big tasks done, you have to know the process, break it up, and know for whom you give what. I would love to hear from you, your comments below. Please leave your comments below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and make sure to hit the notification bell. Once you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified every new video when it's released. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.